Hello, Barbara. Great to see you.
Wonderful to see you. Yeah, so nice to connect.
Yeah, I'm very happy that you give us your precious time, because the middle of rehearsals. Can you tell us very quickly where you are right now?
Yeah, I'm in Paris. I'm at this wonderful space, a little bit similar to Radio System. It's called Le 104, and I'm rehearsing for a new project. I don't even know exactly what to call it, but it is a absolutely Gesamtkunstwerk. I am singing, I'm conducting, I'm on pre-recorded film, and I'm on live video with a full orchestra with
Amazing.
La Voix Humaine, yeah, La Voix Humaine by Poulenc and Strauss Metamorphose.
Well, this is amazing. They're both one of the most important pieces to me, actually.
Yeah.
I never forgot when I saw you with La Voix Humaine in the Opéra Garnier for the opening night, the 23rd of November 2015. And now you do it again 5 years later in Paris. So how?
5 years later, yeah. And it is such a different way, because when I mean, this production at Garnier was a pivotal moment in my life, and with Esa-Pekka Salonen conducting and Krzysztof Warlikowski directing, it was amazing. But after that, I started to dream that because the piece La Voix Humaine is so much about fantasy and control, and also about sexual politics and socio, emotional, psychological perspective, I thought this piece would lend itself very, very well to being absolutely under the control of sing and conduct at the same time, and to play with that. And so that's how I've created this new production, and we premiere at the beginning of January. So I'm super, super excited.
I cannot wait to see it, and I hope that you will have live audience presence. Yeah. If not, we will follow you online, as a lot of things will happen. We hope so much to receive you next year in Ludwigsburg. Of course, you come for a whole residency week.
I'm so happy to come. I can't wait.
And the audience in Ludwigsburg will have a high point an evening, which is split in 2 parts. And I would like you to tell us more about Chiaroscuro, which is actually a night of light and shadows, but it's the 4th of July, Sunday. Yeah. And the first part starts at 7. What will we experience with you? Will we also have you on stage as a singing conductor?
Yes, you'll have me in many different ways on that one evening, because I'll be conducting, I'll be singing, and I'll also be presenting 3 younger artists who I've been mentoring. So you'll see me wearing a lot of my different hats. And I chose the word chiaroscuro, which means light and darkness, to describe this particular evening, because I've always been working in my career with light and shadow, even within myself as an artist. You know, the bright sides of me, the shiny sides of me, and then the sides of me that are more hidden. And as an opera singer, we often deal with that in the voice as well. We're constantly balancing the equilibrium between the light and shiny, bright part of the voice and the darker, richer sound. And we're for our entire careers, we're in this interplay between chiaro and scuro. So this particular evening, the first concert is like a kind of fireworks concert. It's funny, it's bright, it's playful. It's with Stravinsky's Pulcinella Complete, which is for orchestra. It has many different movements. It's based on Commedia dell'arte. It's very playful, and the singers have songs that are from actually retreatments of arias from 18th century Italian opera. And then we go into Haydn's Symphony 90, number 90, which is one of his funniest symphonies. And that's all I'll say about that, because I don't want to give away the joke. And ending with Gershwin Girl Crazy Suite, which is a suite from Gershwin's musical Girl Crazy, in which I sing and I also conduct. And it was created by me and Bill Elliott, the Broadway arranger, the Tony-winning composer. And we created this crazy suite in which I'm singing, I'm conducting. It's a fantastic joie de vivre kind of piece. So
You-
that's the chiaro part. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's a little break for the audience. And after the sunset at 10 p.m., you continue with the dark side. So
That's right.
what will happen then?
That's right. It's like the Leonard Cohen's last album when he says you want it darker. So that's what happens. We go into that zone and we go into Schönberg's Verklärte Nacht, which is his last piece, let's say the last piece of his that we could consider tonal, that the world accepts as tonal. And it is an exploration of two human beings who are at turning points in their life. And the woman is in a complete turmoil because she's in love, which is the chiaro, and yet she has a secret, which is the darkness. And unless she reveals the secret, she cannot be in true communion with the man that she loves. And so it is, Verklärte Nacht is a piece only for strings. It's a tone poem because we know the poem by Richard Demel, but the poem doesn't appear in the piece. It is what the piece is based on, this declaration of love and commitment and true communion. But it comes from a very, very dark place.
But it's
And
also about forgiveness, right? I think that is a really elemental part.
Yeah, it's about forgiveness. It's about acceptance. It's about crisis and resolution and isolation and secrecy and depression. I mean, it covers everything. And also, again, about if we think of chiaroscuro also in gender terms, I mean, there is really the male and female in this piece, which is super, super strong.
You know, if you look at this poster, this is full of chiaroscuro, don't you?
I love the poster. I just love it.
And what else will we expect in the second part of your?
In the scuro, well, we're thinking of it as a kind of lullaby evening. So we're looking at the Busoni berceuse Eliagique, which is a piece also very dear to me because it was one of the favorite pieces of my own mentor, Reinbert de Leo, who passed away last February, and it was played at his funeral. And it's one of the most beautiful, tender lullabies that I know, but it's a lullaby of remembrance. So it's a kind of memory of, a memory of sleep, let's say.
Very beautiful, Barbara. And the whole festival orchestra, which is an amazing, very committed orchestra, they are all waiting for you.
I'm super excited to work with them.
Gustavo Surcic, our first violin player, the concertmaster, that you're coming. He said, "No way, Barbara Hannigan! Cannot wait." So you will have a great time with them, and you spend the whole week in Ludwigsburg, also doing in the castle, in different spaces, smaller chamber music program, which we will not reveal right now, because it will still stay a little bit of a secret till March. Yeah. For our next very official program announcement. But now I want to give you, I want to ask you, because since the lockdown and all the thing happened, you started another project, which seems to very important for freelancer young artists. Equilibrium was already in place. Now you started Momentum. Could you tell us a bit about your social engagement in the arts, which I think matters a lot since we are a festival for the arts, democracy, and sustainability?
Yes. So a few years ago, in 2017, I started a program for young professional artists called Equilibrium. And it's a mentoring initiative in which I was engaging younger artists to perform with major orchestras through a very, very highly selective audition process. I mean, we've had hundreds of auditions from singers from over 45 countries now. We did the Rake's Progress, we did Mozart Requiem, we've done works by Stravinsky and Vivier and so on. And I wanted to create a situation where they weren't just getting engagements, but where they were really being mentored, where we were having special workshops, we were working with Olympic coach, we were working with movement teachers, we were working with, having Q&A masterclasses with all kinds of different leaders, composers, press people, record labels, the head of the Royal Opera House, for example, casting directors, to really start to understand the business from the experience of seasoned professionals handing on their knowledge to younger professionals. So that's Equilibrium, and that's my baby
project, like to pass on knowledge to the next generation as a mentor.
Absolutely. It seems so natural.
How many artists so far have been participating in Equilibrium?
Well, in Equilibrium, I guess, we're now into our third season. There's usually 20, 25 artists a season, but now even when we do the auditions, so I have applications and I select certain people to audition. Even the auditions involve a half day or full day workshop. So we're really reaching a lot of people, even if we can't engage everyone that we need immediately. And during the lockdown, I was talking, of course, I was giving a lot of master classes and a lot of Zoom sessions to younger artists worldwide. And the one thing that they were consistently telling me was that they felt like everyone, they felt shut out, but they saw that when a concert might be put on, if there was going to be a streamed event or something, of course, the organizations were mainly calling the stars because they wanted to pull back the audience. And they certainly weren't going to call an unknown young artist. And so the young artists were sitting there watching, thinking, nobody's ever going to call us. And I thought, So I called hundreds of people. I called conductors, I called agents, I called instrumentalists worldwide. I called management of orchestras, producers, concert series. And I asked for their support in creating a place on the main stage events for younger artists. Right. So I didn't ask anyone to create a new event. I basically said to, for example, Natalie Dessay, who's part of the initiative, I said to Natalie, okay, could you imagine bringing on a young artist and giving them 10 minutes of your main stage event? And Natalie, like so many other people, said, what a wonderful idea. I wish I'd thought of it. I'm on board. And so we have been able to help so many young artists by bringing them onto main stage events. Simon Rattle is doing it with London Symphony, with every orchestra he works with, and so many performers, Patricia Kopachinskaya, Lando Villazon is involved. Bryn Terfel is having an event next week for the Met, which includes Momentum. So it's really a way for us to help the younger artists by bringing them onto our main stage event, giving them a 10 or 15-minute slot, whether it's solo and or duets, and presenting them to the public. And also it shows our public, who are not necessarily musicians, it shows them an example of how they can apply mentorship to their own field. It doesn't matter.
It's so great. Yeah. And of course, it's great that an artist like you, a world famous artist, shows that, gives that windows of opportunity to younger generation of artists. That's so generous and so appealing to me. It reminds me a bit Andy Warhol when he said, everybody can be famous for 20 minutes. And, and I think we will definitely integrate that in our program here in Ludwigsburg, also even in the residency week, because you will bring in Equilibrium artists and create the momentum space. I'm so thankful and grateful that you will be with us next year.
I can't wait. And I'm so happy to bring some younger cream of the crop young artists who are lesser known, and then you know, to be working with the festival orchestra, to be reunited with you. We've known each other for so many years, and through all kinds of different projects, and certainly Radial System events and Sasha Waltz and guests events. And I can't wait. I mean, here we are in the middle of winter, but I can't wait for summer.
We have to be very careful working with possibilities. And of course, I have so many dreams that I would love to share with you. I would love to maybe think about your actual evening that you work on. I wish you all the best for the now final rehearsals. Maybe we can see that one day in 2020 or whenever in Ludwigsburg. And I'm ready, and I know you are ready for surprises, because in the same period when you will be in Ludwigsburg, Sasha Waltz will be there with some of her dancers. And I cannot wait to see things happen, maybe by momentum, by spontaneous action. I know
Absolutely. Yeah, you know that's going to happen.
All right. Barbara, I think we leave it here. And I thank you so much for your precious time. Take good care about you, and have a great, happy holidays also.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, lots of love. Bye.